we hear the word story, I think a lot of us think of Jack and the Beanstalk or Little Red Riding Hood. Or maybe even something happening in a galaxy far, far away. We think of something someone created. We think of fiction. In the 20 years of Crossroads Fellowship, there have been many stories. Not of fiction, not thought up by someone sitting behind a computer screen working on a script that they hope will make them millions, but real accounts of life, real people's lives, your lives. These are those stories.
It's overwhelming. Just to think too that the way he loves us is just amazing. He knows everything that we've done, and he's able to forgive.
So Mike, tell me about how you grew up.
I grew up in Buffalo, New York. Everything you hear about the weather, I worked my whole life outdoors for a trucking company, and it was minus 20, minus 30, Ooh. And you had to do the job.
You're hurting some Tennessee folk right now with that. Like that's painful. So you grew up in Buffalo, New York.
Yep.
You love chicken wings. Yep. You like Bills football here in Titans land. But tell me about when you were a kid. What was your home life like growing up?
I have a brother and a sister, a younger sister and an older brother. The family life was good. I played sports. My father never went to any of my games. He was not sports. He didn't even watch sports. So that's kind of tough.
So what about church? Did you guys go to church as a kid? What was your religious background growing up?
Yeah, growing up, I went to a small Lutheran church. They all seemed like they were all seniors.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mother actually taught Sunday school class for a bit, and my father was an usher. Stuff like that. And I don't really feel that back then when I went to church, I knew what it meant. Since I've been here, I want to come to church. It's a whole different feeling.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had a relationship with the Lord at that time as a kid, or was it just something you did because your parents went?
Yeah. Sunday morning, you went to church.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, when I graduated, I had a brand new 750 Honda Super Sport. I drove to Texas.
Okay.
And just with two backpacks or two duffel bags on the back of my bike at 18.
Wow.
Said, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a bike ride. And I drove to Texas. I lived there with a really good friend of mine. I lived there, and at the time then, I was roofing.
Okay.
So now you can imagine going from freezing in Buffalo to roofing in Texas.
Yeah, what's the deal with the extremes, Mike? I mean, yeah.
I know.
So when did you come to Tennessee?
2019.
Okay.
My mother had a stroke, and my job, I was getting toward the end of my job and stuff like that, and I just wasn't happy. My marriage was falling apart. Several things were going on.
Tell me about what, as an adult, your spiritual life was like.
I think I've always led a clean life. I guess I was still into doing things, good deeds, instead of having a relationship.
I'm living a good. You're living a good, clean, moral life.
Right.
Kind of going through life.
Right. My father died of multiple myeloma, which is the same thing that I have. When he came to the point where he said, I don't want to do this no more, I don't know where he stood.
Yeah.
I do feel he believed in Jesus, and and even my mother does too. But I don't feel that they have the relationship that I want to have going forward, and that I've gained since I've been here.
So tell us a little bit about the battle you're fighting right now.
multiple myeloma is like a leukemia. It's in my bone marrow. So, but with the going forward with my treatments, like every day I take a chemo pill. They're hoping that the chemo's kill the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, then they get to take my stem cells. And then months after that I have to be concerned about somebody sneezing.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't have any immune system. I mean, they have to bleach the inside of my bones to get the cancer out.
So the treatment in itself is dangerous.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's hard. You know, I'm.
It's a real battle you're fighting every single day.
Daily battle. Yes, it is.
Yeah. When would you say is the marker moment that you can definitively say my life was never the same after this time?
To tell you the truth, I think it was when I met Robin too. Just seeing the Jesus in her.
Yeah.
And coming to the church and seeing, you know, everything that you guys do here. You know, that has really helped me, you know, to understand everything that is done. And it is done for the glory of God. It's overwhelming. Just to think too that the way he loves us is just amazing. He knows everything that we've done, and he's able to forgive.
It's pretty amazing love, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So Mike, you've obviously had a radical change in your life with encounter with Jesus and what he's done in you. It's evident. You can see it on you. What would you say to someone that doesn't know Jesus or is just living a good moral life and they haven't had that encounter with Jesus?
I would definitely say, don't wait. You know, get to know him and talk to him. I talk to him every day. You know, there is just so much to be joyful for.
Yeah.
You know, I look forward. I look forward to, you know, going to heaven. If it's, you know, 3 years or if it's 10 years, it's whenever. I know it's all in his hands.
What would you say to maybe a member of your family that doesn't know Christ or someone close to you? What would your encouragement be?
Go get involved in a church. I mean, it's quite the relief, you know, once you accept Jesus and going forward. It's a great thing. It's really a great thing.
It's been amazing to watch what God's done in your life over the last several years, and I appreciate you telling us your story and telling us how Jesus has radically changed your life.
Yeah, he has.
Thank you for sharing with us, brother.